what is up? It is Chill here. I'm back for another video, and in this video we're playing some more Rocket League. I've got some tips here, so hopefully my mic quality is good. I'm doing some tips for the video and a little explanation on my upload schedule, I guess you would say. But anyways, we're gonna be explaining some of the do's and don'ts of Rocket League. So the kickoff was just a flat out me messing up when I was starting the recording. But a main thing in Rocket League is your mood. That always helps me. I always mention that to my doubles partner, TC Skittle. If we're happy, then usually it helps us play better. Another thing is angles. Angles are a very important thing in this game because it's basically your shots. If you can't hit angles, then you pretty much can't shoot. So you'll see what I mean by how angles are important later once we get to a different clip. But kickoffs, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can kick off your own way. I usually go towards the ball, then side flip, and then usually goes to the 50-50 line. I grab the boost, and usually I'll take it to a pass to my teammate or a air dribble. But shots, we're going to talk about this. We'll talk about the other stuff later. But shots are about angles, or I guess skill, kind of. Well, yeah, pretty much skill. And how cocky you want to be with your goals. Because if you're cocky and you want to make them look stylish, you might mess up, which is bad because, well, it's bad if you're cocky because if you're trying to do a freestyle and you miss, then you miss a free goal. So what you want to do is, I guess your kickoffs, they don't have to look nice. They just need to go in, or not kickoffs, your shots. Your shots don't need to look nice, they just need to go in. If you're playing something like a clan and your clan's for freestyling, yeah, you kind of need to know how to freestyle. Obviously, that's why you're in the clan, and you need to know how to shoot. But the main thing about shots is determining where your teammate is, or not your teammate, your enemy, and seeing if you have an open shot. Because if you don't have an open shot, you might want to pass if you have a teammate close. So you also want to evaluate where your teammate is and if he's close so he can shoot with you. But if he's not close and you're alone, try to keep possession over the ball, just like that. But I'm playing in solo duo, so I guess there's no point. But you want to keep possession on the ball until your teammate arrives or you can do something. Another thing is juking out. As you saw there, I dribbled it, then popped it over him. This is a very classic thing that a lot of people don't think that's gonna happen, and then they just mess up. Another thing that I focus on a lot when I'm playing is communication. If you're a doubles or triple or threes player, twos or threes, you really want to know how to communicate. If you're not communicating, you're not going to get too far, especially if it's threes, because you need to know where your teammate is if you have someone on defense or to pass. But another thing is boost. Boost is an important thing in this game. If you don't have boost, it's pretty hard to play. Because boost helps you. I always want to have boost. It's a main thing. Yes, I do starve a lot. Well, I wouldn't say starve, but I'd say grab boost a lot because boost is a key thing. You can't hit aerials without it unless it's a simple double jump, but that's not an aerial because usually what I specify an aerial as is jumping and then pointing your car upwards and flying. Double jumping, whatever you like to do. I prefer one jump because then I have my other jump to hit an angle if I need to, or anything else like that. Sorry if I'm breathing into my mic. Gosh, I'm not an announcer. But you need to know what you're doing and evaluate where your enemy is. And if you're playing solo duels, you need to be cautious, because if you're not cautious, then your teammates or the enemy's gonna do something like this. He's gonna you miss, and you're far away from the ball, and he's gonna be oh my gosh, can't talk. He's easily gonna be able to dribble it downfield. So you wanna not, well, I guess you can't really not miss. You need to have a secure way on where you're going. And it also, with your enemy, if you know he's close or he's right beside you while you're dribbling, sometimes I wouldn't recommend this at all, but sometimes you can play on him. Like, you can hit it towards him, and then he's gonna hit it back to you, and then you're gonna be in command again, or focus again, just like I did with him. I hit it towards him, and he hit it back towards goal. And so you just need to play. Sometimes you should play with your teammate. And oh god, what is that? Yikes. You need to play on your teammate. Sorry for that background noise, guys. You need to play on your teammate and know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, it's always gonna help. Because, hold on, I'm gonna wait until this background noise goes away. Just watch the gameplay. Okay, sorry guys about that. I'm really sorry for that. You also need to evaluate where the ball is. If you're chasing the ball, you're easy to be dribbled on. Like, someone dribbles on you, gets it past you easy, or he does something like that. So you don't want to be chasing the ball, because if you're chasing the ball, you're easily going to get attacked. Also, you need to have control over what you're doing. You can't be trying to do something either like really cool or something really advanced if you know you can't do it, and it prevents you from scoring or maybe coming back, getting a comeback of some sorts. And comebacks I have a lot of experience with. I've played a lot of doubles games, and I usually always get comebacks around the 10 seconds. It's pretty crazy. Also, faking, it's an important thing. Like that wasn't fake. That was just like me trying to score a goal, messing up the aerial, and then getting a nice thing, or getting a nice double hit. Also, another key thing is, if you mess up, you want to be able to turn like back around, or whichever the way you happen to be, and try to regain control of the ball. If you have control of the ball, it's much better. You can pass to a teammate or something else. If you don't have control of the ball, then the ball is going to be taken, or the ball is going to be open for the other teammate, and not teammate. Sheesh, I'm so off. Sorry guys, it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm not tired at all. I'm a bit off. So you want to have possession. If your enemy has possession, he can air dribble it on you. He could normally dribble it on you, or he could just totally take it past you. So you need to have control. And I'm using a lot of those things in this game, and that's how I go 8-4 on this guy. The second clip's about to roll, so there's going to be a pause, and then the second clip will start. So I'll see you guys. Well, I guess, hold on, you'll see. I leave the match, and then I go search for a match, blah 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 blah, playing training, what I always do. But you'll see in just a second what I mean. The clip's gonna start, and then there's gonna be a transition, and then you're gonna see me later. It's because it wouldn't start, so it like wasn't stopping, and then it wouldn't start. But it will be a little bit ahead than when you saw me, but it's okay. Nothing really even happened. It was just the ball moving a bit. But I guess you'll see that in just a second after I get into a match. But like I was saying, control over the ball is a very important thing, and I think I'm going to talk about, what did I do in this game? I think it was a lot of angles and dribbling, just like this. Dribbling is a very important thing to know how to do, to be able to get it past your teammate, and knowing angles with dribbling. But I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, we are back, guys. I just transitioned it because, I don't know, just why not. But anyways, we're here. The ball only moved. None of us have scored yet, But definitely playing your teammate, like I was saying earlier, and knowing the angles for a shot are key. Because if you don't know an angle, then the ball's going to go completely lopsided as to where it needs to go for a goal or anything else along those lines. Also, knowing what to do during like a play, like if you've experienced the plays that you'll see in this game, you need to know how to play back on those. Like if you're in a bad spot, you need to know how to play back on it. It's a very key thing in this game, is being able to recover from a fail. But do you guys want this is just kind of random throw. Do you guys want to see some Overwatch gameplay? I've been playing as a main of Sombra. Sombra is a troll. People think she's a troll choice, but she can actually be very, very good. But let me know if you want to see some Overwatch. Back to Rocket League. I've kind of taught you most of the things you need to know. So I'm just going to leave the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to put on some music, because Marshmallow alone like that, and some other stuff. Actually, instead of music, I know what we can talk about. Sorry, notification from my tablet. I know we can talk about video uploading. So, for me, I haven't been uploading recently, and there's a reason behind that. I am moving, sadly, but it's kind of nice because my mom's going to get a better paying job, and so she can possibly get me more stuff, and I can maybe like earn like a better allowance, and I can start getting like a actual good gaming setup. But that's maybe if there's a stop in uploads, that will be why. But trust me, hopefully in the future there's gonna be a better setup, better recording and stuff, so just look forward to that. Hold on. Also, we're gonna talk about a few more things. We'll just talk for the rest of the game. There's only 4 more minutes. On the clip anyways. You really want to know when to pass and when to shoot, because if you just go and be a ball hog and try to just shoot, there's a chance you're gonna miss. And if your teammate's not there, then it's bad, and you need to tell your teammate that he needs to push up so you can pass it, or so in case you miss because you happen to be taking it solo, if you're good at that he can be behind you ready if you slip up on that 50-50 or anything else along those lines. But also, a key part in this game is having the good person to play with you. If you're playing something like competitive doubles, you need to have a good teammate with you that you talk well with and that you can play well with. If you have someone that ball hogs and you're more of a passer, then it's not going to work out. You need to have someone, if you're a passer, that passes, or if you're more of a striker, someone that can be behind you that has more striker training too. In case you sort of miss or just slip up, then you have someone with you. Crazy, challenging angles you might not always want to go for. And getting back is a hard part in this, and I messed up that half flip pretty bad, which gave him a free goal. But getting, like, defense is a hard thing in solo duel, because, sorry for this, okay, I'm gonna stop playing with that. Just because you're one person, if he has that up on you, then you're an easy target, or an easy person to get eliminated. And stuff like that, you don't want to go for if you know you can't get. I wanted to show that on camera, that's why I did that, because you don't want to go for crazy stuff like that, or try to do stylish stuff like that. These were 2 examples that I did in the game to show to the camera, to show for my recording. And also stuff like that. If you know you're going to slip up, have your teammate there, like I've mentioned earlier. You want to have a teammate ready to play with you, so that you can, if something messes up, that he's there. what was I gonna talk about? Sorry, I'm like really not a good YouTuber. I need to practice my announcer voice and more stuff, but you always want to have a teammate. Teammates are key. You need to have the right person to play with, and also the right kind of communication. If you have bad communication, like I got mine all the time, that means you're more of a ball hog, and that your teammate's not gonna get the ball, and you're not gonna get as many goals because people can just immediately go at you if they know you're gonna hog the ball. If you are not a ball hogger and you can pass, you need another person that can pass. Or, yeah, you just need another person that can pass. If you have a striker on your team, it's not gonna work because he's gonna attempt to take the ball from you, and it's not gonna work out. But that's around the end of the clip. 16 more seconds. This is kind of where I just ended the recording, and it ended really late, so you guys might see some of my inventory and me just messing around with stuff in my inventory. But that comes around to the end of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Turtle signing out. Peace.